good, everybody? It's Giselle. This is Giselle, and this is the Black Table Conversations with Miss Giselle. And today we have our number one uh, fans' choice winner of our Artist of the Month for October in the building. Miss Zena Bona is in the building. Say hey to everyone.
Hi.
I'm so excited that you're here. I love the background. I love the ponytails. It's all of your personality. It's so cute.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank
So
you so much. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you. Thank you for the
yes.
opportunity. And yeah, thanks for just everything you do. It's important work. So
Oh,
thank
awesome. Thank you so much.
you.
I'm trying to make everyday people the celebrities because we are. Each individual life is a celebrity within themselves.
Yeah, of
That's how
course.
I look at it. With that said, let's dive into everything about you. Let's talk about just you. Like,
Okay.
well, what's your background?
So I'm half Hungarian, half African American. And I speak Hungarian fluently because my mom and my grandma taught it to me when I was little. It's actually my first language that I learned. And then I forgot it because I watched too much like American television. And then my mom was like, oh my God, so only Hungarian at home from that point on. And then I just learned English through like school and TV and stuff. So yeah.
Now let's talk about your projects. What got you into music? Like, what took you down this lane?
Okay. Well, I guess you could say I've always been a writer. So I don't really identify as a singer first. I identify as a lyricist because I'm a writer, and that's what I majored in college as well, in English. Well, I did like art a little bit and then like jewelry design, but I graduated with an English degree. So those are like my soul's roots right there. I'm a writer. So I've been writing forever, songs, poems, little stories, whatever. And I think music is just, poetry with
Sound
with sound behind it.
and
Like
a rhythm. Yep, that's what it is.
yeah, so I've been like writing, music forever, pretty much. But professionally, taking it seriously, like trying to build a career in music, that started, I was 2020. When did the entire COVID thing go down? That was 2020, right?
Yeah,
It's about to be 2022. Isn't that crazy? And we're still not out of it. 2020, that's when everything really came together for me because because of COVID. And I'm not saying COVID is a good thing. It was not, and it is not. But for me, it's what really like jolted me into acting on my passions. I mean, before this, I was like,
appreciate. It made you appreciate your life and like, you know what? I need to do it now.
yes, that's exactly what happened because everybody we was dying out here. Like, you know what I mean?
You was
Like,
scared.
and right. I got so scared. I was like, oh my God, it really made me think like, nobody expected this pandemic to happen. Okay. And we really didn't expect that. We like did not. So that was like my mind just started working, my like creative imagination just started going like, what else could happen that I'm gonna need to like watch out for? Let me go ahead and do what I can do while I still have the opportunity and the time, while we still connected to internet, while we still have, freedom to post whatever we want to post on YouTube. Like, I don't know what my mind was on, but I was scared and I was like, I need to, I'm only human, and like, one day I'll just, die. And so that's
Oh wow. Well, fear ignited you and your drive is gonna keep you riding. So with this single that you came out with, which is
Mhm.
so dope and so catchy, tell
Thank
everybody about that.
Okay, pull up. So it's called Pull Up Skirt. And I actually wrote it. I wrote it when I was, wait, Am I allowed to talk about this on the show? I wrote it when I was
You can kind of just
under an influence.
Reserve some of it for a heavier night.
But you're funny, yo. It wasn't. I didn't get the idea for it while I was like,
Reading.
But I had this idea. So I work really closely with my mixer and beat maker. His name is Trey Delago. I'm gonna shout him out real quick because he makes the beats and he does the mixing. He does exactly what I need him to do. He's very professional, and I'm so thankful to be able to work with Trey Delago. So people should go check him out because he's great. He makes all my beats. Most of them. So basically, hold up, I lost my train of thought, Ms. Giselle. What were we talking about just now?
You was you're single.
Oh yeah, we were talking about pull up. Okay. Sorry, I got like such a
in the moment.
yeah. Okay, so he sent me this beat, right? Trey sent me this beat, and I heard it, and when you just hear something and that instant, that click, and you're just like, you become so inspired. And that's how it happened with Break the Bank, which is another single I released. That's actually my first hip hop rap single that I released, professionally on SoundCloud is where I started. So I released Break the Bank on there, and my other beat maker, my homie Melody Architect, he made the beat for that. He produced that. So when I hear beats, that's how I work. Not everybody's is like that. For me, it's when I hear a melody or a beat that really speaks to me, the words they kind of just flow.
Actually, it's words that's supposed to go there. I know all about it.
Yes.
It's what we do. I'm a musician too, so that's.
Yes, I was just about to say you make music too. I saw on your website. That's so cool. So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, the words come with the right beat.
With the right inspiration. That's right.
Beat represents a language, and either it speaks your language or it doesn't.
It does. And within the first few seconds too.
Literally.
Yeah, really. I mean, I try to respect, all the beats and the melodies, so I'll listen to them for a bit, but I just know within the first few seconds. And with this one, the beat for Pull Up, it's got this R&B kind of chill vibe. I heard it and I was like, oh, pull up. It just came. I was like, pull up.
Oh, I know. That's how I am in the studio. I literally, this weekend, I just laid my intro for my second album. I just laid it out. I didn't rewrite anything.
Oh, freestyle. See, I admire that so much.
And I just put it all out. And it was what I was feeling, what I was thinking, and what I wanted the project to be or sound like. So I can't wait for that one to hit.
I love that, and I admire that so much. People who are able to just speak from the soul and freestyle, whether that's freestyle poetry or prose or rapping, whatever the case may be.
It's all
soul. It's amazing. I have trouble doing that. I need to, like I said, I'm a writer. That's the way I communicate. So I write everything out, and I'm kind of working on being a little more flexible and fluid and trying to, but I think I got a lot of stuff to work through. Therapy, I'm a huge advocate. I think everybody.
You're good. You are good. I promise you.
But you know what I'm saying? I got a lot, stuff about society and, judgment and things that we were taught as children that we need to unlearn as adults. And I'm working on that. So I love that you can just, do that and speak from the soul. I admire that so much.
It'll happen eventually. I've been doing this since I was 6. My son started at 6. I started at 6. It's crazy how it happened. It's just how something just clicked around that 5-year-old, 6-year-old age.
Yeah, I remember being little and just I don't even know. I think I was, when you're young, you can just do that and not worry about anyone's judgment because you're so self-centered, which is how you're supposed to be when you're little. Right. But I remember just having this toy microphone and just singing into it, just babbling, riffing, whatever, and I just love it. So I love performing. I love singing, you know, that's the, oh, there's one thing I can freestyle from the soul. One thing, and that's dance. That's dance. I love dance. I can't even, it's not a hobby. It's not, it's the way that I cope with things. It's like,
Feelings, it's your feelings. You
it's literally
emotion. Your
feeling,
feelings into emotion.
pure emotion. And that's, I love dance so much. Yeah, I love it. I never professionally.
The arts is just, that's how you create or you make language go into a different avenue. And that's what's so dope.
And so just to get back to your original question, because I'm gonna do that. You gotta be careful with me. I'm gonna like, we start here and then we're like somewhere totally different, and you gotta just be like, hey, but like let's get back to where we was, because Miss Giselle, we will never finish a conversation. So pull up. Let's focus on it. It happened. Trey sent me the beat. I fell in love with it. It just came. And then we took like one day to write it. I think we took like, I'm gonna say 2 days. The whole process took about 2 to 3 days to just put everything down, you know, and that doesn't happen with me with like most songs. I'll be working like an average time for me to work on songs will be between 1 and 3 weeks for like a song. And that's just for me to write it. It's about 2 weeks, I'd say, for me to write a song, and then to record it takes a couple sessions, maybe 3 or 4 sessions, like 3 or 4 6 to 8 hour sessions. But with Pull Up, it just came so naturally, and I really wanted to push myself because I always try to like imbue, is that the word I'm looking for here? But we could pretend it's the word I'm looking for. I try to imbue my lyrics with meaning every time. I try to do, you know, double, sometimes triple entendres, because I just love that. Sometimes I describe myself as like I'm a rapper and also like a riddler. I just really like you know, because I'm a poet, so I love like having all those wacky meanings, and you could pull the meaning out from for yourself and all that. So I try to do that, but with Pull Up, I didn't really want to do that. I mean, a little bit I did, but for the most part, I just wanted to be like a fun song that you could listen to and you know, just vibe out to, and like not think too much about it, just kind of bump to the beat because it was so good.
It was dope.
Yeah. So
that I would say, like one thing that I would say, you did, it was in your element. So always, whatever the case is, always stay in your element, and you'll always,
yeah.
when it comes to music, it's all about your element, because you become the doctor of whatever, or the scientist of whatever you're creating,
Yes.
the engineer of it.
And you know, yeah, that's interesting that you say stay within your element, because I've been thinking a lot recently about like what my element actually is. You know, as an artist, when you're an emerging artist or just a beginning artist, you struggle sometimes to find your sound. Like I struggle a lot with you know, finding my sound, especially because I've heard often that like compared to Doja Cat, like quite a few people actually have told me like, oh, like you remind me of Doja Cat, and I always get to thinking in my mind, is it because we're both mixed race? But you know, I don't know, maybe it's because we're, you know, I don't know.
Style, it could be that, you never know.
Maybe
it's the image, keep in mind, because images and all of that type of stuff.
Image is huge. People be judging right on surface level. You know, we're both mixed race. We're both, I mean, it's subjective, but like I think we're both pretty. You know, we both like a lot of colors and wigs and all that stuff. So I guess, yeah. And we both do like I think
maybe
like
it's this personality. Maybe it matches just the same.
oh yeah, maybe. Because we both do like kind of like comedic rap, because I love comedy. I think that's another form of therapy that
It's freedom. Yes, it's the freedom.
comedy is the freedom to laugh at, you know, things that might be really hard to cope with. I love
comedy. Started on a plantation. When you look at, I'm telling you some stuff. Mm-hmm. So just to let you know, when it comes to comedy, the reason why nobody does comedy like they do it here is because we literally created it on a plantation. That was our coping mechanisms. Mm-hmm. That's what we did. And we kind of like, it was a way that we healed each other throughout the process, and it has spread worldwide.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, but yeah, definitely. I love that. Now you got me thinking about, just
Yeah.
everything.
No,
Yeah.
it's just dope like that. And let's talk
Oh,
about,
yeah.
okay, so do you have any future projects coming up? Because I know you was talking about you was just traveling and doing shows.
I do have some
Got back in the
projects.
country.
I do. So okay. See, with me, I got archives, Miss Giselle. I got archives. I think most artists do. Just little like sonic sketches, little doodles that I put into the voice notes, and I've been revisiting those, and I'm like, damn, when did I write this? This is dope, and I'm like, I gotta make a song of that.
I do it all the time.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about. I think Charlie Booth had like an album called like voice notes or something. He came out with
Had a whole basement of music. Like he has a whole vault of music.
oh
So
my
Michael
God.
Jackson, the
Yeah.
greatest, does it. So everybody, it's a music thing. It's a musician thing.
I don't even know. Yeah, it really is. And can you imagine how many amazing songs like our favorite artists are just sitting on that they actually will never release because like they don't.
Absolutely. I'm telling you,
That keeps me up at night. That keeps me up at night. I'm like, what songs is Nicki Minaj like not releasing for us? Like, like that keeps me up. I love it. I love Nicki Minaj so much. I'm a barb. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's not talk about Nicki because
that could be with the colors and everything too.
we're not gonna stop talking about it. Yes. Okay. So real quick before I answer your question, just to go back and finish, like I've been compared to Doja Cat, but like for me, because I grew up on Nicki Minaj. See, like Doja and I, we're the same age, so like we grew up in a time where like it was Nicki for us. Like Nicki's the mother. Like I think if I had to describe myself as like a mix of my biggest influences, it would be Nicki Minaj, and Ariana Grande. I see myself as like this child of the two of them, but I don't I don't know if my fans or friends or fam would agree, but those are my two biggest inspirations.
And
So
your favorites.
yeah,
Everybody got their favorites.
my favorites. Oh my god, did you hear Ariana when she was singing with The Weeknd and she had the whistle tone? She's like,
She has a really good voice. She does have a really good voice.
she's a genius. That woman can sing, do the voices. She's like a prodigy with her voice. I don't know, but she's been studying it for a really long time as well. So that's, I think, a mix that works for her there. But yeah, so those are my two big influences. But for upcoming projects, let's talk about that. I would say what I really want to share. I don't want to give too much because I like to do like a Drake. I just drop something. I mean, like if you're reading this, it's too late. Like I just surprise people. I love surprises. Good surprises. So I think if I had to talk about something upcoming, okay. So I'm working on my music videos. Okay, so all the songs that I have out right now are getting music videos. And I would not be able to do this without my mom. So I gotta take a moment and shout her out. I don't even, there's no, I don't feel no type of way about that. She's fully my mom.
Absolutely.
She's my momager, you know where it's at? Like
I'm like you. I'm like that with my sons. All my kids have business.
Yes.
All of my children have business.
Because when you have their best interest at heart over like somebody that you could hire for money, and if you could do it yourself, then why not? So yeah, so she manages me for right now, and what was I talking about?
You said you wanted to shout out your mom and your future projects.
It really happens. It really be
your
like
mama and your future projects. You good?
Disappear. Yeah.
There.
So yeah, my projects. Yes. Thank you. Okay, you recentered me. So yes, I would not be able to do any of this without my mom. She was not only, she's not only my manager, but she was my camera woman. Okay, so
Wow.
let's take a moment and just
For all of the videos, your mother did that?
every video. This Biddy done learned how to be a camera woman. Okay, she didn't know. I mean, she was, she's a photographer. She as a hobby, she could do that. She takes really amazing photos. But camera work, that's something totally different. You gotta you be like shaking the thing and
Right.
moving it. You
Right.
gotta stabilization, like holding. I don't know what is going on there. I tried to learn it because I do everything else myself. Let me just take a moment and say that, because that's something that I think a lot of people don't appreciate, or because they don't know to appreciate it. I think is that artists who do everything themselves, their own PR, their promotion, their I was gonna do my mixing myself too, but I just couldn't, because it was just too much. I was writing the songs, I was mixing, we were doing the music videos here, I was building my own sets, I was styling myself, I was doing all that. And then I was like, now on top of this, I gotta learn Logic Pro, I gotta learn Ableton. It was too much. So thank the Lord for Trey Delago. But yeah, so my mom done went and learned how to be a camera woman for me. So yeah, I couldn't do any of this without her. And I really, really appreciate her. And then of course my father, for my adoptive father, for just being like my financial support. Why do I feel like I gotta shout everybody out right now? But while we on it, thanks Daddy.
I get it. You do that at the table.
Yeah, we have to, you gotta appreciate the people that, help you do what you love, because without them you just couldn't. So yeah, so I'm really thankful to my parents. But yes, so I've got music videos coming out, and so I'm so excited about those music videos. You're gonna see them, and they're a little kooky, because I do all my editing on Adobe Premiere, and I'm a little crazy artist, so I'll be like, okay, I can share one thing. So I have a track out called Dom Sub, and it's about, I'm not going to go too into detail. If you're really, really interested, I've got all explanations, everything on genius.com, about I annotate all my lyrics, but then I talk about what all the songs are about anyway. But just because it's a little explicit, so I don't want to on the show, but it's about, having a nice time with your partner, but virtually. So I wanted to bring this element of this virtual kind of like a low quality, like a cyber punk feeling, not really cyberpunk, but when y'all are gonna see the video, you'll see that it's not the highest quality, and that's on purpose. That's all on purpose. I went back in and put grain over certain areas, and made myself glitch in and out of certain shots, because when you trying to get freaky on a camera, it's not always gonna happen yet. Sometimes the camera just pauses right in compromising position, and then you oh my god, my connection, so yeah, so
I get it.
yeah, I wanted to bring that element to my music video. I like to have thematic, I like to have themes. I like to reflect the theme of the song in the video. Not every artist does that, and that's cool, but that's what I like to do. So that's what I'm really, really excited about everybody seeing is my music videos. In terms of sonic projects, I can only tell you that I'm working on an album, but that's all I can say about that, because I don't want to give away too much.
This is why we need to get people to where you are. So where can people find you?
All right,
follow you and follow your brand.
Okay, so right now I'm on all streaming platforms, but I would say SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube are my three main ones. I have to actually claim the artist profile. I think it doesn't just appear with all the info. So if you really want to like follow my journey and stuff, I'm most active on, I do my announcements mainly on Instagram. Secondly, I'd say Facebook, but mainly Instagram. And then if you want to hear my music, either SoundCloud, which is free, make it an account, it's free. You don't even need an account. You can just, type in my username and then SoundCloud onto Google and then it'll pop up. But that's free. And then Spotify and then like YouTube Music, I'm on those things, and I'm just regularly on YouTube. If anybody wanted to subscribe, then I have that too. But actually I am working on a website, so once that gets put up, which should be like a few more weeks, that's where I'm gonna direct everybody, and that will be zenebonamusic.squarespace.com. So yeah, no, this is not sponsored.
Gotcha. No, this is awesome. I'm so excited. So, what would you like to leave everyone with?
Mm. Can I leave you guys
Hilarious. We're looking for something in the sky.
talking about brain? Okay, I got something. It's like a mini story. I know we gotta wrap it up, but like I want to share with you and everybody else who happens to be watching this. I want to share the story of how I got my name, because I think it's interesting, and I didn't like really come up with it. It was actually my mom. It was like, no, I can't even say it was a joint effort. It was my mom. So that's what I want to leave you guys with. So Zene Bona, it's a Hungarian word, okay? But it's one word, Zene Bona. And it means like, it can mean like just like a cacophony of sounds. It can just like a hodgepodge of, sonically like whatever, just tossed into like everything but the kitchen sink, okay? But with sounds, right? So it's like melodies, beats, all that stuff. So if you put like, let's say like you do a playlist on YouTube of like a bunch of different genres, you could just title it like Music Zene Bona, because it just means like everything. And so my mom and I were thinking one day, like, before COVID happened, before I really started getting into it, I was already kind of thinking that I wanted to do music like next to grad school, because that was the original plan. I was gonna go to grad school and do like music on the weekends, but then COVID happened, and I was like, nah, I gotta switch that. I'm doing music full time. So my mom was like, hey, why don't you call yourself Zene Bona? And I had never heard that word before. There's some, I'm fluent in Hungarian, but I don't know like every word, or even sometimes the grammar like trips me up because it's really hard. It's like the fifth hardest language to learn or something. I don't know. Anyway, so when I heard that word, I was like, that's the one. Again, you can just feel when something is right. And it was like so weird. It was like a moment where like everything kind of slowed down. I know I'm like, y'all probably like, oh, she's dramatizing and whatever. No, I'm not. Seriously, it was like this moment where I was like, that's the one, like Zene Bona. And I liked it because I had recently heard in an interview, I think that actually coincidentally Doja Cat was having on how she got her name, and she said she just liked the word Doja, which means like, I think that's like a term for a type of marijuana or something like that. So she was like, I like that word for a girl's name. And so she was like Doja, and then she was like just Cat. So when I was thinking about the word Zene Bona, I knew that I wanted to divide it into Zene as a first name and then Bona as a last, because I just thought it was pretty as like a girl's name, like Zene, which in Hungarian, Zene, that word, Zene, means music. So I thought that it was like the perfect thing. I get to keep my Z because my real name is Zaida, just to let you know. So I was like, I get to keep my Z, and I get to have this cool, like, like word that means like multiple genres and everything, because I don't ever want to put myself in a box, you know, through genres. I think my music can just be whatever it needs to be in the moment, because it's therapy, it's coping, it's healing. So whatever it wants to be, that's what's gonna be. If I want to make a country song one day, if I want to hit him with a Lil Nas, you know, that's what I'm gonna be doing. If I want to hit him with like you know, Roman Reloaded, that, you know, the next day, then that's what it's gonna be. So I don't ever want to stifle my creativity by forcing myself into a genre
The
box.
box. Excellent. I
Yeah.
don't like genre boxes either. That's
Yes.
why I said you do where you're comfortable. With music, you have to just exist where that comfort is, because it's not meant to be continued at all.
Right. It's not, but we still do it because we love to categorize everything as human beings. But you know, I didn't want to do that. So I love that idea, and so that's what my name means. Zene means music, but then Zene Bona as one word means like just everything. I don't have a genre, you know. If I kind of do have a genre though. I'm a hip hop R&B pop rapper.
Hilarious.
That's my
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
yeah, but you know, maybe I got a country song or two coming up, a rock and roll song or something coming up for you guys one day. So if that happens, y'all can't tell me nothing because you already do. Oh, she's at Bona. She just do it all, whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. So now what would you like to leave everyone with? Because you gotta do something inspirational for the next person.
Yes, as you just said that, I was like, I should say something inspiring. Let me think. I looked in the sky again. I'm done now.
Hilarious.
Okay, I have it. Be kind and think critically. And if you haven't been taught how to think critically, that's okay. But you know, do a little research. You know, ask around. Thinking critically is so important, and being empathetic and kind. That's like that's just it. Don't even ask me to explain why that's necessary.
It is. It's important. Definitely be kind. Definitely. If you
You
can't
know,
empathize, just be kind.
yes, if you
Don't even
can't,
understand how to empathize with the person. Be kind.
yeah, a lot of people don't really know the difference between empathy and sympathy. Um, but sympathy is basically like you just kind of look. I saw this video. I'm not gonna get into it because we're gonna have another 20-minute story. But I saw this video on YouTube about the difference between empathy and sympathy, and I really recommend watching it because it was so eye-opening. Empathy is when you're actually able to kind of uh think back to a time where you felt similar to what somebody else is going through. And if it's something bad, then you have to like dig deep in within yourself and pull, you know, draw on those uncomfortable feelings again, so you feel with someone. And sympathy is kind of like
You feel sorry for them. You just
yeah, you're not really accessing those channels of like, I was here, I know what it's like. You're kind of just like, ooh, you know, that looks bad and I'm sorry about that, you know. And that doesn't really help. Nothing really helps when somebody's going through something really really tough, but at least empathy, or feeling like, you know, I'm not alone. um there's somebody else who knows something like what I'm kind of feeling like right now. It might help, you know. So yeah, so be empathetic, be kind, and please, dear God, think critically about things, because people just be out here,
just
you know.
doing the most.
I can't, not going to talk about it right now, but I'm sure you have conversations about this all the time where people just don't think before they act or before they speak, or they think but they don't really think. They just kind of, you know what I mean? It's like surface level thinking. I think that's not going to be good for nobody. No. So think critically and be kind and be empathetic. At least try to be.
I love it. And on that note, guys, until next time, love, peace, reparations, prosperity, and everything else in between.
Nigga, pull up to me. Got a little bottle you could bring. The weed, know I'm all about it. You could wait and see. Ain't no other place you would rather be than on to me. Guaranteed. Take it for a spin and we can share. See, hate you on the way, but we can take it deep. Baby, you could come sweet for a minute or two, then it's back to the streets. I predict you just my type. In the Lambo all night. Tinted windows, yeah, that's right. I keep rocking and we ain't stopping. Stop 5, baby, I'ma go to 10. No, I'm in the ride and then I'll do it again. No, I got the throttle for it, I'ma drive that phone body on me like Bobby on a Ken. Pull up, skirt, skirt, skirt when you pull up.